the Game of the Year nominations by the Game Awards kind of started a little bit of controversy for the inclusion of a certain game. Well, one of the developers of one of the Game of the Year contenders doesn't even want his game to win. And let's talk about that right now. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards, they put out their nominations a couple of days ago. I went through it in a whole video detailing what I wanted to win and what I thought they would pick. You can check out that video whenever you got the time. Now, as we know, the Game of the Year candidates were Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, Brandon Greene, the kind of face of PUBG, the creator of PUBG, has come out and said he doesn't even want to win and that there are other games more worthy for Game of the Year, which is absolutely incredible. And I'm sure there's people on Twitter and elsewhere already saying, see, even the creator of PUBG doesn't really want his game to win. But let's take a look at what he actually said. He said, personally, I don't want to win a Game of the Year award. While I would love to win it for the team, I think this year there have been far better games. He went on to pick Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn as his top picks for Game of the Year. He says they're just wonderful, wonderful games. I think they will probably win it. I would hope they would win it. Greene said the award would be a nice feather in their cap for the PUBG devs, but reiterated, I don't know if we deserve it. And you know what? That is where kind of the discussion around this game. It has a lot of pro supporters, the people that love PUBG, the people that are addicted to the phenomenon, the craze that is the game. The fact that this game is unlike any multiplayer game they've ever played, and they say, look at how much impact it's having, not only in the PC space, in this Battle Royale space, and in the early access, but look at all the copycats it's spawning. It must be doing something right. It's a fun game to play, and that's what matters most. And that's what the pro side, which is why those people think it deserves Game of the Year, right? Well, you have the other side who are like, how can a game that's an early access even be nominated number one? Number two, it has one map and one mode. It's not even a full release. It's not even a real game. It's a game mode on a map, right? So there's that whole debate going on right now between the two groups of people, the ones that think PUBG deserves a Game of the Year nomination and the ones that absolutely do not think the game is worthy enough. You know, whether it's because it's multiplayer only or in early access, or there's one map and one mode, that it doesn't look very good, you know, that it's all those different things I mentioned, you know, but then there's the people who played it, the people that love it, that people who overlook the flaws of the game because it is so much fun, you know, because it is a phenomenon, because it's going to be the best-selling game out there, because every single game going forward is basically going to copy from it. Those people are like, this is why it's Game of the Year. You know, I haven't played it. You know, I've said that before. I've never played PUBG. I'm going to play it on Xbox when it comes out, so I can't give my opinion on the game itself. I don't know if it's good or bad. I think the discussion is interesting to have about whether a game in early access should be even available to win Game of the Year. But then again, a lot of people put stock in what other people think Game of the Year is. It wouldn't be my Game of the Year, because the only Game of the Year that matters should be your own. You shouldn't really care about somebody else's pick, right? Or a publication's pick of the Game of the Year. The only one that should matter is the one that you have. But I think that's pretty cool of Brandon Greene to come out and say, hey, I don't think we deserve it. There are far better games. These are the games that I personally enjoy. And while it would be nice for our team to win it, maybe we don't deserve it. That's nice humility to see, because I can't even recall a time where a nomination from another game, you know, someone from that team came out and said, no, we don't deserve this. You know, like when Overwatch was nominated last year, I didn't see anybody from Activision or Blizzard come out and say, nah, fam, we good. You know, we're fine with people playing our game. We're fine with the loot boxes and all the money we're making. We think there are better games out there than Overwatch. Didn't happen, you know, because everybody wants to be recognized, especially for a prestigious award where the video game critic community comes together and votes on. Everybody kind of wants to be put in that spotlight, to have that spotlight shine on you and say, this is the game that dominated the year. This was the most talked about game. This was the game that was most worthy, right? Nobody is going to come out and say, my game isn't worth that. My game shouldn't win that. Of course, all these developers, all these publishers, they want the extra press because the extra press is going to help sell more games when it's tagged, hey, Game of the Year. You don't think Microsoft doesn't want PUBG to win Game of the Year? I mean, think about that for a second. PUBG gets Game of the Year from the Game Awards, right? Which comes out on December 7th. PUBG launches on December 12th for Xbox. You don't think Microsoft would love the chance to scream from the rooftops, Game of the Year is only available on our platform this holiday and it comes out in 5 days? I'm sure the marketers at Microsoft are just foaming at the mouth at the thought of actually kind of marketing in the game that way and being able to promote it and being like, we have the undisputed Game of the Year on our platform, right? They would love it. I mean, you don't think Nintendo would love another chance to promote Zelda or Super Mario Odyssey once more and be like, listen, we have Game of the Year on the Switch. Pick it up, people. You don't think Sony would love the chance to once again promote Horizon Zero Dawn and say Game of the Year only available on PlayStation and nowhere else? I mean, same thing with Persona 5. Of course, these publishers would love the chance to say like, hey, Game of the Year is only available on our platform, right? They would love to give that chance. So I did think this was kind of a cool thing here that Brandon Greene came out there. He personally may not think they're deserving, but I'm sure there are other people out there be like, Brandon, hold on, dude, don't say that. You know, at the end of the day, you're always going to want to sell more copies of your game, but this might actually kind of go to the people that are like, hey man, Brandon knows what he's talking about. Of course, he understands the flaws of his own game. He understands it's in game access. He understands it's one mode with no story, multiplayer only, one map. Of course, like, he should think his game shouldn't win it. He's a good dude, right? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, Brandon, to come out and say that and say what he thinks is Game of the Year. Now, personally, my Game of the Year, I haven't really decided yet, and I'll do a video a little bit later on detailing that. But for now, you have 5 choices for the Game of the Year. Make sure you get out there and vote. You have Zelda, you have Mario, you have PUBG, you have Horizon Zero Dawn, and you have Persona 5. Make sure you vote for the Game Awards and watch my prediction video I did a couple days ago and see what I think is going to win. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Share this out on Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit if that is where you hang out. Yeah, I will see everybody in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.